It was the year 1816. The ship Medusa set sail towards the west coast of Africa, carrying more than 400 souls like officers, traders, settlers, and rich. But among them, 150 innocent people had no idea that their journey would soon turn into a nightmare. The sea was calm at first, until everything changed. The Medusa met its fate, stranded, broken, and sinking into chaos. Those 150 people were left behind, lost at sea, fighting for 13 endless days against the hunger, thirst, and the darkest side of humanity. This is not just a story of survival, it is a story of desperation, cruelty, and the tragic fall of mankind. This is the story of the Raft of the Medusa. This painting has a very beautiful story behind it. It was the year 1816. France was trying to rebuild itself after years of war and revolution. The Bourbon monarchy had just returned to power. King Louis, eager to show his strength, wanted to prove that France still ruled the seas. So he sent a ship, the Medusa, on a mission to Africa. But here's where arrogance began. Instead of choosing an experienced captain, he handed command to his old loyal friend, Hugues de Chaumareix, a man who hadn't touched a ship's wheel in over 20 years. In 1816, the Medusa set for Senegal. For days, everything seemed normal. The sun, the sea, and the laughter. But under the calm surface, disaster was waiting. The captain ignored warnings, sailed too close to the coast, and then crashed. The ship struck a hidden sandbank in the middle of nowhere. The ocean roared, the deck tilted, people screamed. In this panic, there was a makeshift raft made by just wooden planks tied together. Around 150 people were forced onto it, soldiers, sailors, and even few passengers. The lifeboat promised to pull the raft with ropes, but soon the ropes were cut. The powerful escaped, the rest were left drifting. After the ropes were cut, the raft started drifting slowly into the open sea. There were 150 people on it, soldiers, sailors, and even passengers, all left behind, hoping to survive somehow. At first, the sea was calm, and people believed rescue would come soon. But hours turned into days, the food finished, the water ran out, and the scorching sun made the wooden raft feel like a frying pan. Every night they were surrounded by darkness. No land, no light, only endless waves. Some cried, some prayed, and some simply gave up. By the fifth day, the raft had turned into a nightmare. Men lost their minds, killing each other just to stay alive. As hunger grew unbearable, they did something no one could imagine. They started eating the bodies of those who had died. It was cannibalism, the darkest side of human survival. No one on the raft will ever be the same again. The sea, once peaceful, now looked like a graveyard. Bodies floated around the raft, and the survivors could no longer tell day from night. They were trapped between the madness and death. On the 13th day, when almost everyone had given up, a small ship appeared on the horizon. At first, they thought it was a dream, but the ship was real, the Argus, coming towards them. The few survivors screamed, waved, cried, too weak to stand, yet refusing to give up. When the rescue ship finally reached them, only 15 people were alive out of 150. Their eyes were empty, their faces pale, but their story had just begun. When we hear the story of the raft of the Medusa, one question always comes: who was the real monster? Was it the king who gave power to his untrained friend just because they were loyal? Was it Captain, an arrogant man who didn't know how to sail but still led hundreds to their death? Was it the ocean, wild and the merciless, that swallowed innocent lives? Or was it the people themselves who, in fear and hunger, became the monsters to survive? The truth is, it was all of them. The king's corruption started it. The captain's pride made it worse. The sea tested them. And finally, humanity broke. When the raft drifted for 13 days, people fought, killed, and even ate one another. But they were not born monsters. The situation turned them into one. The real monsters wasn't just person. It was greed, power, and desperation mixed together. That's what makes this story so haunting. Because it shows that the line between a man and monster can disappear when hope does. The painting also shows various emotions: pain, fear, hope, and courage, all trapped on one single wooden raft. You can see a father holding his dead son, showing the pain of loss. A man waving cloth towards the horizon, holding on to the last drop of hope. And around them, silent bodies telling us how pride and power can destroy lives. Géricault painted not just a tragedy, but the truth of being human. How in the darkest moments we see both our worst and our best selves. The story of this painting teaches us lots of value. But even today, it raises the main haunting question. When survival is only the goal, how far can human really go?